जय जय राम सीता राम, 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 जय जय राम सीता राम।
हरे कृष्णा। श्री सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की। I think we can go a little higher. श्री सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की। पवन सुत हनुमान की। श्रील प्रभुपाद की। A warm welcome to each one of you to this spectacular evening, The Pursuit of Rama. My name is Sandeep Shetri and I'm your host for this evening. You all are looking fantastic and full of energy. So let's increase this a little bit by saying this. Siyavar Ramachandra ki! Thank you. That was much needed. Can I know how many of you have come for the first time to this event? To this event or any folk event? That's a good number. Thank you so much for coming in. And I'm convinced beyond doubt that it's going to be a fantastic and a phenomenal evening, as it happens to be the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. Shri Navami Maha Mahotsav ki. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata apyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham, which means whenever and wherever there is a decline in the religious practices, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise in irreligion activities, I dissent myself. 5,000 years ago, Krishna appeared and he established the principles of religion. Much further to that, the Supreme Lord had appeared as Lord Ramachandra and set himself as an example for all of us. He set himself as an example and taught all of us how to be an ideal human being, an ideal son, an ideal brother, and an ideal king. In Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki Maharshi in Balakanda, Sarga 18th, he says, Tatascha Dwadase Mase Chaitre Navimikatithau, which means, after staying 12 months in the womb of Queen Kausalya, the Supreme Lord of this entire universe took birth in the month of Chaitra and on the 9th day, which is Chaitra Shuddha Navami, which happens to be today. That is right. Folk would like to celebrate the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra by singing and celebrating his glories, and we are all geared up to sing and dance and glorify the Lord. So are you all geared up for that? Starting first, we have why don't we start this on a musical note? And this is when I invite the members of the folk, the members of the Perfect Harmony Club to kindly come on stage and start this beautiful evening on an auspicious note. Can we have a loud Hari Bol for the members of the Perfect Harmony Club?
Hare Krishna everyone. I hope everybody are doing great. So as we all know that we are celebrating Shri Lord Ramachandra Bhagwan's appearance day. So wishing everybody a very happy Rama Navami. So we will be starting today's program with a beautiful Kirtan. Hare Krishna.
सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Everyone together. Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे हरि बोल कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गोपाल गुरु निताय गौर हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल.
Thank you so much, members of the Perfect Harmony Club, for that beautiful start. Wasn't that beautiful? Can we have a loud Hari Bol for the members of the Perfect Harmony Club? Now, while they just get ready and prep up for the next performance, I'd love to talk to our audience. Let's see who's there. Could someone, at the start I've asked who had come for the first time to this event. Who was that? I saw a couple of hands, but I don't see it now. No, I saw a lot more hands. No, I just see only a fewer. Okay, there you are. Okay, all right. So let me talk to you. So tell us, what's your name, what do you do, and where are you from?
Yeah, this is Bhavasankar Giri. I am from Odisha. I am doing here as a Sanskrit teacher in Chaitanya Techno School. Thank you to be here.
All right, Giri, so can you help us know what's your favorite character in Ramayana? Who's your favorite character in Ramayana?
Yeah, my character is Lakshman because always being with Rama is a be happiness and feeling as a like being with the God, it will be happy. So I feel that Lakshman is the best character for myself. Rama is a good, but being with the Lakshmana, I feel good.
Amazing. Can we have a huge round of applause for Giri, please? All right, who was the other one? Is there anybody over there? Right. So please tell us what's your name, what do you do, and where are you from? And also tell us one incident from Ramayana that has changed you a bit, has helped you a bit overcome some grief, or has changed your direction in the course of life.
My name is Sabrish. I'm from Bangalore. I'm an ACCA student, and I like in Ramayana the character of Hanuman
Amazing.
because he serves Rama very much, and he is very much lovable to Rama. So that's why I love him more.
And please tell us an incident. And please tell us an incident from Ramayana that has helped you overcome some obstacle, some grief, or has given some direction in your life.
Handling the situation, the toughest. Handling the situation in the toughest situation. This one, suddenly I'm not getting actually.
I'm sorry, I put you on the focus. Right. All right. Is there any other person? Okay, over there. So please tell us what's your name, what do you do, and where are you from? And please tell us your favorite character from Ramayana, and if you could make it crisp.
My name is Veena Shanay. I am working as a Hindi teacher here only in Bangalore. I like Bharata's Bhratra Prema. The character I like is Bharata's Bhratra Prema because when Rama went to the forest, he brought his Paduka and kept on the throne and worshipping as if Rama is sitting on the throne.
Amazing.
I like it very much.
Amazing. Yeah. For a change, it's nice to ask a teacher, isn't it? Yeah, usually the teachers ask. So for a change, it's nice to ask a teacher. Thank you so much for answering that. All right. Does anybody in the audience know what is the meaning of Pibare Ramarasa? Not rice rasa, rasam or anything. Pibare Ramarasa.
Hello. My name is Shashwat Kejriwal. I'm from Jharkhand and I'm pursuing chartered accountancy course here. So
So the question is, what is the meaning of Pibare Rama Rasa?
Pibare Ram Rasam means drink the nectar of Lord Ram's name in your ears.
Can we have a loud Haribol for Shashwat? Thank you so much, Shashwat. On the same lines, coming up next is another performance by the Perfect Harmony Club. Written by Saint Sadashiv Brahmendra, Pibare Rama Rasa means drink the holy name, drink the nectar of Rama's holy name. And let us all now drink the Rama Rasa and let us soak in the holy name of the Lord. Are you all excited about it? I don't hear it. Are you all excited about it? Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So I'll be performing a wonderful bhajan, Pibare Rama Rasa, as one of the devotees said. Pibare, in the sense, O tongue, put the essence of the Lord Ram and the Krishna's name on our tongue. So let us all immerse in the form of bhakti. Durikrita pataka samsargam purita jnana vida paravagam Durikrita pataka samsargam purita jnana vida paravagam Pibare Rama Rasam Rasane Pibare Rama Rasam Pibare Rama Rasam Shri Ram Shri Rama Rame 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 Manorame Sahasranamatartulyo Ramanama Varanane Ramanama Varanane Rama Rama Varaname Pibare Rama Rasam Pibare Rama Rasam Rasane Pibare Rama Rasam Pibare Rama Rasam Rasane Pibare Rama Rasam Pibare Rama Rasam Durikrita pataka samsargam purita jnana vida paravagam Durikrita pataka samsargam purita jnana vida paravagam Pibare Rama Rasam Rasane
रसने पिबरे राम रसो पिबरे राम रसो भय शोक विदूरम सकल शास्त्र निगमागमसारं जनन मरण भय शोक विदूरम सकल शास्त्र निगमागमसारं पिबरे रामरसो रसने पिबरे राम रसो पिबरे राम रसो परिपालित सरक्षि जगद्भाण्डं परम पवित्र परिपालित सरक्षि जगद्भाण्डं परम पवित्र कृतापाषाण्डं परिपालित सरक्षि जगद्भाण्डं परम पवित्र कृतापाषाण्डं पिबरे राम रसो रसने पिबरे राम रसो पिबरे राम रसो शुद्ध परमहंस हाशमगीतं शुकशौनककौशिकमुखपीठं शुद्ध परमहंस हाशमगीतं शुकशौनककौशिकमुखपीठं पिबरे रामरसो रसने पिबरे राम रसो पिबरे राम रसो रसने राम जय राम 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 जय 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 राम 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 जय राम राम जय राम राम जय राम राम जय हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे बोलो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jayo Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Shri Radhe Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Jayo Sita Ram Jayo Sita Ram Sita Ram Jayo Lakshman Hanuman Sita Ram Jayo Sita Ram Sita Ram Jayo Lakshman Hanuman Jayo Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hari Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hari Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Vrindavan Dham Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Vrindavan Dham Jayo Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Jayo Prabhupada Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Shri Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki
That was a melodious and foot-tapping performance, isn't it? All right, so can we hear a loud Haribol for the Perfect Harmony Club? All right, now we'll just give them a minute or two to prep for the next performance, and now let me talk to the audience. All right, so is there anybody up for any questions? Anybody would like to speak? Pehle question to bata. I can see that expression on a lot of faces. So this is when it gives me the liberty to cherry pick. All right, great. Let's go with you. Yeah, you're not looking at me. Yeah. You're hiding your face. So please tell us what's your name, what you do, and where are you from, and then comes the question.
Okay. Hare Krishna. My name is Rishi. I'm studying in Rama Institute of Technology. I'm currently in my final year. I'm pursuing mechanical engineering.
Rishi, so please tell us what is the meaning of the word Ramayana?
I'm not sure. Maybe the story which tells who is Ram.
If you say I'm not sure, that's it. That's when it ends the story. The rest of them are just guesses. But even that's a wrong guess. But that's fine. We'll tell the answer. So, is there anybody in the audience who can tell us the meaning of the word Ramayana? Only one person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
My name is Kuruswamy. I'm working in IDC team currently in Bangalore. Ramayana means it's the journey of Lord Ram, Sri Ramchandra.
Is that the right answer? That is right. Ramayana means the path that Lord Ramachandra took. Can we have a loud Haribol for him, please? That leaves me with one more follow-up question. So when Valmiki Maharshi composed 24,000 shlokas, he wanted to name it. Again, we have some options, isn't it? So when my parents wanted to name, they had Dilip, Deepak and Sandeep. They thought Sandeep was better, so they named me Sandeep. Similarly, there were 3 names which Valmiki Maharshi had decided. One of them is Ramayana. What are the other 2? Anybody? Any rough guesses? Anybody? Anyone? Anybody? Just make a rough guess. A wild rough guess. Anybody? Too difficult? Alright. I'm coming back.
Hare Krishna. I am Krishna, basically from Bangalore. I'm Krishna from Bangalore. I'm working in a private firm. So this is a rough guess I'm making. Maybe Ramacharitam.
Alright, that was a wild guess, but I was not closer. The other two names. Okay, yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Purushottam. So I guess Ramacharitra Manas. That's the one I.
Great guess, but wrong answer. Ramcharitmanas was written by Tulsidas ji. The other two names which Valmiki Maharshi had chosen was one Sitaya's Charitam Mahat, second was Paulastya Vadha, third was Valmiki Ramayana. So can we have a loud Haribol for me? Alright, so are you all geared up for the last, the best and the super duper performance by the Perfect Harmony Club? Are you? Can we have a loud Haribol for them, please?
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम. Everybody together. राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम. रघुपति राघव 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 राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम. सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम. सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम. सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम. सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम. रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन 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 सीताराम. सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम. सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम. सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम. सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन 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 सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन 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 सीताराम
Thank you, Perfect Harmony Club, for all the melodious musical renditions we've had. I'm sure Bhakta Hanuman would be invisibly dancing around here. Can we have a huge round of applause for the members of the Perfect Harmony Club? On a final note, may I please request the members to introduce themselves? Or can one person do it?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so on the keyboard, we have Avinav Prabhu. Can you have a round of applause for him? On Mridanga, we have Ruchi Prabhu and Madhav Chaitanya. On chorus, we have Mohan Prabhu and Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. On bass, we have Arpan Prabhu. On tabla, we have Vardhan Prabhu. On electric guitar, we have Naresh Prabhu. And on lead vocalist, we have Rohit Prabhu. And on harmonium and vocalist as well, this is Abhishek Rajgurung. Thank you very much. This is the Perfect Harmony Club. Thank you.
Can we have a loud Haribol for the Perfect Harmony Club? All right, so moving on. Have you ever wondered what is the meaning of Dandakaranya? Anybody? Have you wondered what is the meaning of Panchavati? Have you ever wondered what is the meaning of the name Ravan? Well, if you know the answers, good for you. If you don't know the answers, don't you worry, we'll get there. It's time to check our Ramayana quotient. And we now have an interactive Ramayana quiz session, and to conduct this, may I request His Grace Shri Vigraha Prabhu, Team Lead Folk ISKCON Bangalore, to kindly come on the stage. Can we have a loud Haribol for His Grace Shri Vigraha Prabhu?
Thank you, Sandeep. Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki. Louder. Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki. Wonderful, very nice. So wish you all a happy Sri Rama Navami. And today, the whole world is celebrating Rama Navami, and it's important for us to know something about Lord Rama. And Lord Rama's descriptions are given in various scriptures, right? But we are going to restrict our discussion and quiz today to Valmiki Ramayana. So how well do our folks know the characters and the pastimes of Lord Rama? So shall we all test it now? Now this was not louder. When you all said Jai, it was so loud. But when I'm asking you, let us test our Rama quotient. Shall we all put ourselves to the test? Yes? Okay, so we are going to have a very interesting interactive game now. So you all see this, you must be wondering what is this, right? What is this? Oh, I know it's a ball. Huh? Now this is very special. This is called Rama Nama ball. How many of you want Rama Nama? How many of you want? Just now we heard Pibare Rama Rasam. So all of you have drunk it, right? So now you are going to get this Rama Nama ball, and for that you need to loudly chant the names of the Lord. We are going to play a nice Ram Kirtan, and just like, you know, an interesting thing, while all the Vanaras were building the bridge across the ocean, with what were they building? RCC? Huh? Stones and tree trunks, basically stones. And it is said that something was inscribed on that stone. I'm not able to hear. Yes, the holy name of Lord Rama was written on the stones, and all of them, Lord Ramachandra made those stones float on the ocean. And Srila Prabhupada says, since Lord Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can even defy the gravitational laws of this material world. And he demonstrated that through this building of the stone bridge. So this is the stones which were used in the bridge. They were all floating, right? Now I want to see this Rama Nama ball to also be floating up in the air. You should not let it fall down. Are you sure? Will you all do that? So I'm going to just throw the ball now. The music will start. As soon as the music starts, you all, whoever gets this ball, you should keep passing it to everybody. Everybody in all directions, okay? Don't discriminate, this side, that side. Everybody should get the ball. And the ball should not fall down. So that's very important. Okay. Now once the music stops, whoever has that ball, that fortunate folk, will get the opportunity to answer a question based on Ramayana. Ready? Okay. Now can I request the ops team to arrange the gifts? Yes. Okay, gifts are also there. Instant gifts you'll get. You all want gifts? Okay. Okay, now stop this is the music, okay? Stop the music. So once I put the ball, you can start the music. Okay? Are you all ready? Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki. Start the music. Pass it up in the air. Quickly you have to pass, quickly. You should not keep it for a long time. Haribol, all of you please chant Lord's name. Haribol. Please come. Please come here. Don't worry, I'm going to ask you easy question. Please come. So please give a big round of applause to him. Please come here on the stage. So you are the lucky person, the first lucky person to receive the Ramanama ball. So how fortunate he is. What's your name?
Dheeraj.
Dheeraj, how long you have been in folk?
For 2 years.
Oh, wonderful. So then you must be knowing so much, isn't it? Please come. Please come here. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Easy or hard? Huh? Easy. We'll ask him easy. The audience is so cruel. Okay. I'll ask you a very easy question. Okay. Who was the family priest of the Raghu dynasty, of Lord Ramachandra's dynasty?
Can I have options?
Options. Okay. Gautama Rishi, Vishwamitra, Vasishta Muni, Sandipani Muni.
Vishwamitra.
Gautama, Vishwamitra, Vasishta, Sandipani.
Vishwamitra.
He's saying Vishwamitra. Is it the right answer? Oh, it's not correct. Anyone would like to help him? You raise your hand. Okay. You want to pick somebody? Whom you trust. Who is that? Call out his name, you know. Himanshu. Where is Himanshu? He didn't raise his hand, I think. Yeah, Himanshu. Yes. What's the answer? Now I forgot the options. I made up the options. Okay. Vishwamitra, Vasishta Muni, Gautama, Sandipani Muni. Vasishta Muni, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you going to save your friend? What do you all say? Is it the right answer? Yes, Vasishta Muni is the right answer. Haribol. Finally, your friend of Lord Krishna has saved another friend of Lord Krishna. So give a big round of applause to both of them. So I have a special gift for both of you, Himanshu and what's your name? Dheeraj. Give a big round of applause. Thank you. So please keep attending more and more associations and you will get to know more. Wonderful. Okay, are you ready for the second round? Ready? This time I'm going to put it this side. Okay, this side. Start the music. Quickly. Okay, finally, I think gravity is more this side. This side it is coming more. Okay. Handle with care. Haribol. Oh, again it came to the same person, is it? There is some special what is that? So who has got it? His friend Himanshu has got it. Okay, there is some special power they have got. They are attracting the ball towards themselves. Okay, what do you do, Himanshu? Now you throw it this side. Start the music. Music, please. All of you please chant the names of Rama. Jai Shri Ram. Continuously. Jai Shri Ram. Okay, so there's the second fortunate. Wait, music is over. I think nobody wants to have that Ramanama ball. Okay, we'll give the opportunity to him. Please come. Please come. Give a big round of applause to him. Please come. What's your name?
My name is Shiv.
Shiv. So give a big round of applause to Shiv. Since how long you have been part of folk?
2 months.
Oh, 2 months. Okay, so I should ask really easy question, right? How much do you know Ramayana? You know very well? Okay, so should I ask a easy one? Hard one? Easy. Okay, anything, he's ready for anything. Okay, here's your question. After Lord Ramachandra was coronated as the king of Ayodhya, how many years did he rule Ayodhya? How many years did Lord Ramachandra rule the kingdom of Ayodhya?
1000 years.
You want to take a second guess?
I need some options.
Okay, I'll make it very clear there's no option system. Okay? So because everybody is asking options. Anyone wants to help him? Okay, whom do you want to choose? You can choose.
Green kurta.
So green kurta person looks promising. He will know the answer. Okay, what's your name?
Vinay.
Vinay. So are you sure you will know the right answer? Yes, Vinay.
11,800 years.
11,800 years. He's giving the actual accurate figure. Will you go with this? Is it correct? Do you feel it's correct? Or you want to take a second opinion?
He is giving exact numbers.
I just told that. Maybe I'm just misleading you.
I think he's.
Okay, so he's saying 11,800 years. Srimad Bhagavatam says 11,000 years. That's the right answer. Give a big round of applause to both of them. Thank you so much. So you will share this with Vinay, right? Or you will take it yourself? So you got lucky by getting the ball, but he helped you get the prize. So both of you share. Haribo! Thank you. Okay, next. This ball has almost lost its charm now. So please handle with care. Are we ready? Music? Yes. Those who chant the name of Ram, the ball will come to you. Chant louder. Haribol. So now they're disowning the ball. It's not mine. Somebody here. Yes, please come. Please give a big round of applause to him. So only the fortunate souls, Bhagyavan Jivas, will get the Ramanama ball. So please come. What's your name?
My name is Kaushik Nyogi.
Yes?
My name is Kaushik Nyogi.
Kaushik. So do you know Kaushik is somebody's name in Ramayana? Who is that?
Kaushik Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra, but that's not the question. Okay. So your question is going to be very simple. How old are you in folk?
1 year.
1 year. So you will know a little bit, right? You know a little bit. So I'm going to ask a very easy question. Easy, right? Okay. Because two people who came here, they got the ball, but they couldn't give the answer. So I'm hoping that Kaushik will be able to give the answer. Your question is, what is the name of the consort, the wife of Lakshmana? How many of you know the answer? Don't tell the answer. So many folks know the answer. Let's see, Kaushika. Are you sure? It's not Mandavi? Sure. So the audience is already given the right. They are applauding. So, yes, Urmila Devi is the right answer. Give a big round of applause to Kaushik. So he's not going to share it with anybody because he has earned it. Okay, the next. Are you ready? Okay, this side. Yes. Music. Chant the names of the Lord loudly. Haribo, please come. So 3 times the ball has been caught by the person on the right side, isn't it? So right side people, they have more bhakti, I think. So give a loud Haribol to all these folks. Haribol. Oh, wonderful. What's your name?
Swami.
Guru Swami, how old are you in folk? 2.5 years. Okay, wonderful. So you know well, Ramayana, how well you know? Quite better he knows. So let me ask him a very difficult question. Okay?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay. Dashrath Maharaj did not have sons. For that the advice was to perform Putra Kameshti Yajna. That was the advice given by Vasishta Muni. But Vasishta Muni himself he said that I cannot perform this yajna. You have to go to a specialist who is specialist in performing such yajnas. So who was that person who actually helped Dashrath Maharaj perform the Putra Kameshti Yajna? Are you sure? Wonderful. Haribol. So Rishyashringa Maharshi is the one who performed Putra Kameshti Yajna for Dashrath Maharaj. That was the right answer. Haribol. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, the next. Chant loudly. Please chant the names of the Lord. Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo. Okay, we have a Mataji who has got the ball. I request her to please come. So let's test her Rama quotient. For a big round of applause. Hare Krishna. Could you please introduce yourself? Your
My name is Shivangi.
So Shivangi is the wife of Harshit Gupta, who is part of Folk Plus. Harshit is here. Can you have? Where is Harshit? Okay, Harshit is there. So how well do you know Ramayana? So you want to just take a try, right? Take a guess. Okay, let's give a loud Haribol to her. Okay, easy question I will ask. Very easy. Should I ask easy? Okay. Every section of Ramayana is called a Kanda. So there is Balakanda, Yuddha Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, etc. So how many Kandas are there in total in Ramayana? How many of you know the answer? How many Kandas? You want to take help of Harshit Gupta? You want to take help of your
7.
husband? Huh?
7.
So he is indicating there. He is already indicated. So would you go with that answer?
Yes,
Maybe he doesn't know.
I go.
You're sure that he knows.
Yes.
So that is the power of folk. So give a big round of applause to him. So 7 Kandas is the right answer. Haribol. So give her a big round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, the next. We have only 2 more questions left. Only 2. So let's see who are the last 2 lucky folks. Music, please.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribo. Okay, so there is a very lucky person here. So give a big round of applause. A loud Haribol to him. So please introduce yourself.
My name is Amaresh Kumar. I am working as a teacher in Kendra Vidyalayam, Malleshwaram.
Wonderful. And how long you have been associated with folk?
3 years, Prabhu.
3 years. Okay. So that means you know quite a bit of Ramayana. Quite a bit about Lord Rama. Okay, so the question is very simple. Who narrated the incident of Mother Ahalya to Lord Rama?
Vishwamitra.
So I just asked the question and immediately on the tip of his tongue he has the answer. That's the right answer. Haribo! So it was Vishwamitra Rishi who narrated the incident of Ahalya Devi being cursed by Gautama Rishi to Lord Rama. So Vishwamitra Rishi's blessings for you. Haribo! Thank you. Now the last question. Right? So who want to be the last lucky person? Everybody, no? But let's see whom does Lord Rama bless. Okay? So the more you chant the name of Rama, the more are the chances that you will get the blessings of the Lord. Okay? Ready? I'm not hearing any. Yes, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. So let's start.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribo! Please come. Please come. Hare, you got the blessings. Why are you rejecting it? Please come. Okay. Okay, he doesn't want to come. No problem. So we'll continue another round. You only throw the ball. Please throw the ball. Haribo! Please come. I don't know why people are hesitant. You should be so happy that you got the blessings. Give a big round of applause to him. What's your name?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, myself Rajesh.
Rajesh, how long you have been with folk?
From past 1 year.
Past 1 year, wonderful. So you know a bit about Ramayana? Please come. Something you know. So easy or hard? Easy. So should we ask him easy? How many years did Lord Rama spend in the exile?
14 years.
So do you expect I'm going to ask so easy question? So this everybody will know. So a little difficult. Come here. So that you will also know something today and audience also will know something through you. Okay. So as he said, 14 years Lord Rama spent in exile, right? Out of these 14 years, Lord Rama spent 11 years in one place. Can you tell me which is that place?
Dandakaranya.
Huh?
Dandakaranya.
Dandakaranya. Is it the right answer? I'll give you second chance. Panchavati. No. Okay, you want to take anybody's help? Audience help. You can choose anybody. A friend of Lord Krishna who can help you. Who is that? The one with chanting bag. Yeah, please. What's your name? Chaitanya. Chaitanya, do you know the answer? Or you think you know the answer? There's a difference between the two. Okay. So Chaitanya, should we ask him? Yeah, what is the answer, Chaitanya? How many? 11 years out of 14 years, Lord Rama spent in one particular place. Which place?
Chitrakoot.
Is it the right answer? Do you go with that?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's the right answer, Chitrakoot. Wonderful, Haribo. So you have won a prize with the help of Chaitanya. So please share this with him too. So congratulations. Give a big round of applause to both of them. Thank you. Okay, with this we come to the end of this quiz. I hope all of you enjoyed this quiz. Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Bhakta Hanuman ki, Shri Rama Navami Maha Mahotsav ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. We were just talking about Chitrakoot, right? So now we are going to witness something which happened in Chitrakoot. Are you all ready? Yes, we'll see what is that. Over to Sandeep.
Wasn't that an exciting quiz? I'm sure all of you have enjoyed as much as I have. So can we have a huge round of applause and a loud Hari Bol for His Grace Shri Vigraha Prabhu. All right, moving on to the next segment of this evening. Folk Bangalore had organized a trip to Ayodhya and Chitrakoot last year. How many of you were a part of that trip? Hari Bol. That was a cute Hari Bol. All right. So let's take a quick look on, let's take some glimpses of last year's trip to Ayodhya and Chitrakoot.
The promise that was made in this land is something special. It still draws millions to this ancient land. The land of promise. The quest for freedom and happiness takes one to unexplored destinations. This impelled the members of Folk, the Youth Empowerment Club, to travel thousands of miles to these ancient lands of Ayodhya, Varanasi, Prayag and Chitrakoot. The secret of happiness is freedom.
As I was witnessing the endless Sarayu, I was reminded of the endless freedom that the Lord has promised in this land.
When I was told that we were sitting next to the birthplace of Lord Rama, I just had goosebumps. Sitting right there, hearing about the Lord, was an experience that will stay in my heart forever. Those weren't just bricks. No, they were the devotional desires of devotees from all across the world, with just a single name on it. Touching those bricks, I could feel the centuries-old struggle, sacrifice, and love. I bow down to their matchless devotion. Jai Shri Ram.
A dream and hopes of many generations coming true in my lifetime brought a smile on my face.
To discover new aspects of life, folks traverse to the land of virtuous Varanasi.
As Mark Twain says, Varanasi is older than history, older than tradition, and older than legend. And I couldn't agree more on that. The ancient architecture in the temples of Varanasi made me think about our glorious heritage and the spiritual culture of our land.
The holy name is the bridge that connects you to the land of freedom and happiness.
This is the place where Lord Shiva personally decorates the ears of departing souls with the holy name of Lord Rama.
All along my life, I've heard glories of Mother Ganga. When I took those pure waters in my palm, it was like a dream come true. Truly a blissful moment.
As we expressed our love by singing and dancing, I felt waves of devotion.
This was the most anticipated moment. Fleets of boats just rode into the Dashashwamedha Ghat. It was like a strong magnet pulling all the boats together. I'd only heard of it, but Ganga Aarti, when I witnessed it live, it was spectacular.
Charming Chitrakoot. Folks' next stop is the abode of selflessness.
We have all heard about the famous Bharat Mila. I was so blessed to be at the same spot. This place resonated the selfless attitude of Bharat in my heart.
At this glorious place, I humbly pray to Lord Rama to bless me to imbibe such selfless and loving qualities of Bharata in me.
I felt so protected and confident walking around the unconquerable Lakshman Pahadi, where Lakshmana personally guarded Chitrakoot and rendered unparalleled service to Lord Rama.
Promises are made on the river of trust.
It was a breathtaking experience to be at Triveni Sangam, a place where three sacred rivers meet. It gave me a chance to harmonize three aspects of myself: the body, the mind, and the soul.
I felt so light as I took a holy dip in Ganga, which was once in a lifetime experience.
Love is all about giving. Lord has given me so much, but what can I give him back? This question has been intriguing me, because everything belongs to Lord. But the Lord is so great that whenever we offer him something that already belongs to him, he becomes happy.
Folks' last mile in this journey was phenomenal Prayagraj.
The confluence of the holy rivers made me realize that how much ever differences we may have, ultimately all of us are here to unite in the service of the Lord.
No words could describe how I felt, but I certainly felt that I had to note down and record how special I felt in this place that promises freedom, love, and everlasting joy on me.
When I heard that Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aaye, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye, I was overwhelmed by the virtue of Lord Ram, and I aspire to follow it in my life.
From every mountainside, the promise of unlimited freedom echoes. Unbelievable? Ask folks who took this journey to the land of unbroken trust.
श्री सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की, अयोध्या धाम की. Wasn't that a beautiful video? Now imagine if this 3 minutes of video was so splendid. Imagine how mesmerizing the entire 7-day trip could have been. Wasn't it? All right. And so how many of you have been a part of this tour that we had last year? Can I just see some hands? All right. And let's say if we have a very similar tour this year, can I see how many of you would like to join me? I'm sure the hands will go up more and more right now. But there's a place called Bharat Milap Mandir in Chitrakoot. How many of you remember going to that place? The ones who would raise the hands. Yes. There's a place called Bharat Milap Mandir in Chitrakoot, which is supposedly have witnessed meeting up these two brothers, Bharat and Ram. That's when Bharat had walked up to Lord Ramachandra, persuaded him to come back to Ayodhya and take up the throne. And legends say that the meeting of these two brothers was so emotional, so touching, that it literally melted the mountains over there. And Chitrakoot is known to have a lot of wonders. That is the name. The name itself says Chitrakoot. And Chitrakoot also has the footprints of Lord Ramachandra and his brothers. We all, the ones who had been to Chitrakoot last year, had the honor and the grace of Lord Ramachandra to go there, see the Padukas and even touch. Revolving around that same topic, we have Bharat Milap incident, which our members of the theatric club would like to present a wonderful piece. Can we have a loud Haribol for them?
Lights off. Start sound.
When a wealthy patriarch dies, leaving behind a huge inheritance, frequent succession conflicts break out. While each conflict may have its specific dynamics, they all usually have a common denominator: selfishness. Everyone related to the deceased wants a share of the pie, with the progeny often wanting the biggest piece, if not the whole pie. The Ramayana depicts a succession conflict between two princes after the death of their father. Strikingly, however, this conflict is caused not by selfishness, but by selflessness. Rather than two brothers arguing to get the inheritance for themselves, they argue that the other should accept it. And no, the inheritance is not a white elephant. It is the flourishing kingdom of Ayodhya, one of the most powerful kingdoms in ancient India. The conflict is intriguing and the resolution is endearing. Folk Theatrics Club presents Bharat Milan, a theatrical play based on one of the interesting episodes of Ramayana, which teaches us being selfless. Let's sit back, enjoy the performance, and imbibe in ourselves the quality of selflessness epitomized by Prince Bharat, the brother of Lord Ramachandra. Jai Shri Ram.
Is this Chitrakoot?
Yes.
I wonder where my beloved brother Ram's kutir would be.
Don't worry, dear prince. I've sent my messenger. He will surely find out.
Prince! I've found Sri Ramchandra's kutir. It is right here. Can you see the clump of trees? Right opposite to it. He's there along with Mother Sita and brother Lakshman right now. What? My brother Ram is there? Come on then, let's go. Gurudev, I will go there quickly. You along with mothers, please follow us. Dear Sita, looking at this beautiful forest, loss of kingdom, family and friends does not hurt me anymore. Look at those mountains filled with so many birds and animals. And who would not be delighted by the smell of those beautiful flowers?
Yes, my lord. Chitrakoot is so beautiful. It makes me forget all my sorrow.
We will be fulfilling the orders of my father by staying in the forest, and it would also make Bharat happy. Great sages have confirmed that staying in forest is very beneficial for spiritual advancement.
Very well said, my lord. Staying in forest will surely help us.
Look how beautiful Mandakini river is.
Yes, and look at those flowers in full bloom on its banks. Who would not be refreshed by this river?
Brother! Brother! What happened, Lakshman? Why are you so anxious? He is here with the army. It is time to prepare for the war. He has come on his own. I will not spare him today. What is it, Lakshman? Who is here with the army? It is Bharat! Really? Bharat is here? Where is he? He has reached Chitrakoot. Our friends told me that King of Ayodhya is marching towards us with his army. So I climbed up the tree and I could see the flags fluttering. There were horses and elephants too. It is clear that he's here to attack us. Attack? Attack whom, Lakshman? Us! He's feeling threat to his kingdom because of us. So he must have thought he could kill us and expand his kingdom and stay protected.
What are you talking, Lakshman? Bharat would never do that. He cannot be so cruel.
Why do you think he cannot be so cruel? Blinded by the political power, even demigods lose the sense to discriminate. Now, why do you think Bharat would not lose his mind? He must have thought to kill us and rule the kingdom without hindrance.
Sometimes what you see might not be true. Bharat is more elevated than the demigods. He is the symbol of greatness. Kingdom and political power cannot allure him.
We left the kingdom because of your extreme kindness. People of Ayodhya supported you. You could have ordered the people and they would have convinced our father to enthrone you instead of him.
But what is dharma is not decided by the opinion of people, dear Lakshman. I cannot think of having the kingdom by killing Bharat. If you three brothers are not part of the kingdom and my happiness, then that is like poison to me. I'm sure if I order Bharat to give you the kingdom, he would not hesitate to give it to you. Is that what you want?
No, dear brother, not at all. I'm only concerned about Bharat's intentions. What if he attacks?
Let him attack. He's our king. We will not use our weapons against the king.
Oh Ramachandra, I have come to surrender. Oh my brother, I have come here to surrender to you.
Bharat, Bharat, oh my dear brother, no Raghupati.
I'm such a sinful person. I'm responsible for your plight. I don't deserve to be your brother. Mother, please forgive me. I've come here with my head held down. I would prefer to be dead instead of looking at you in this condition.
Oh dear Bharat, don't say that. You are not responsible for this. It was in our destiny for this to happen.
Oh Bharat, please forgive me too.
No, Lakshman, I am a sinner. It is because of me that you, Mother Sita and Ram are in the forest. Please do not bow down to me.
I doubted your intentions and planned to use my weapon against you.
Then why didn't you go ahead and use it, Lakshman? You would have favored me by that. I wouldn't have stood in front of you with shame. I should be punished because of my sinful mother.
It is not right to say those words against your mother. You are the symbol of dharma. You should not say such words about your mother, Kaikeyi.
Oh Raghunatha, I have lost my mind. Please forgive my mistakes. I'm here to atone for my sins.
Have patience, Bharat. Please calm down. Don't blame yourself like this.
Oh Ramachandra,
Bharat and Shatrughna, what makes you come to the forest? I hope father, mothers, and all others are fine. What happened, Bharat? Why do you look sad?
oh Ramabhadra, Father.
Tell me, Bharat, how is our father? Your silence is making me anxious.
Our father left us all alone and moved on from this mortal world.
We are left without guidance, dear Ram. Our father has left us.
Yes, Lakshman. Yes. Brothers, please calm down. I'm sure our father has gone to the heavenly planet. He lived a very pious life. Please calm down. To console you, our spiritual master and mothers have come with us too.
That is so nice of them. Where are they?
We moved ahead of them as we came here. They must be here anytime soon.
Lakshman, Sita,
Gurudev and mothers are here. Come, let us take their blessings. Ayushman Bhava, Kirtiman Bhava.
My dear son, Rama, please forgive me. I am the reason for all this sorrow.
No, mother. You are not the cause. It is the will of the providence. Ram, it is the duty of a son to offer oblations to his departed father. I would recommend that you and Lakshman perform the ceremony for King Dasharath. As you instruct us, Gurudev, kindly guide us in the ceremony. Lakshman, let's go to the Mandakini river and perform the oblations. May our humble offerings reach on to you, dear Father.
Sita? Yes, mother. Bharat said that only Ram has the right to punish me. Sita, please tell Ram to forgive me and give me the highest punishment. I am unable to tolerate the shame. No, mother. Please don't think like that. Lord Ram has high regards for you and he never accused you of anything. That gives me so much more pain, Sita. Ram never got angry. He never hated me. He trusts you, mother. He never judged you. He is indeed happy that Bharat would be the king of Ayodhya.
Sita, is Lakshman serving both of you well?
He takes care of us very well, mother. He does everything, from getting firewood to fetching water. Without him, we would remain in hunger. We are able to live in this forest only because of Lakshman.
Lakshman has kept up my pride by rendering such great service to Ram.
Sita?
Yes, mother.
Does Ram remember me anytime?
Mother, why do you ask such a thing? He worships you as a goddess. While we left for the forest, his only concern was your well-being. He saw you upset and asked Father to take good care of you.
He is always so concerned about everybody.
O Ram, you know what is right and what is wrong. You know the dharma. You know why Bharat has come to see you. And you understand everyone's desire too. Please let us know what you have decided. O my master, it is my duty to follow your orders. Your instructions would be for everyone's well-being. I promise that I would follow your instructions. Your wish is my command. Ram, in this situation, I'm myself perplexed, and all that is visible to me is Bharat's love towards you. Please hear out Bharat's request. Bharat, your elder brother is very merciful. Please speak out your heart without hesitation. O Sitapati, O Gurudev, and the citizens of Ayodhya, I would like to announce in your presence that the real king of Ayodhya is Sri Rama. Because of my mother's cruel plan, we acquired the sins by sending you to the forest. As per the rule, the eldest son should be the rightful inheritor. So please, dear Ram, accept my request and become the king of Ayodhya. I'm not a qualified person. If you become the king, it will relieve us from the sins that we have committed. Dear Bharat, you are unnecessarily worried. I say with Lord Shiva as the witness
there is no one as charitable as you. Become the king. Else, Mother Kaikeyi will be misunderstood as a person who did not know what's best for the kingdom. Think about father's promise to Mother Kaikeyi. If I become the king, I will be disregarding king's promise.
Ram, I was overpowered by greed. I apologize to you in front of everyone. Please forgive me, Ram. Now I take back those words. Please come back to Ayodhya and become the king.
It is too late for this, Mother Kaikeyi. Only father had the right to give you a promise. And after father's demise, it is my duty to keep up father's promise. There is no other duty as important as this. Dear Bharat, before leaving the mortal world, father ordered that one son will live in forest and other will be the king. It is now our duty to follow his orders.
All right. If this is the duty, then I will stay in the forest for 14 years. But you have to return to Ayodhya.
Duty cannot be exchanged like this. If every living entity puts his duties on others, then there will be destruction in the universe. Despite being a Kshatriya, how could you think like this?
Oh my Lord Rama, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I just believe my brother loves me so much. Would you not oblige for my sake?
I could oblige to your request, Bharat, but what you're asking would break our father's promise. To keep up king's promise is the duty of the son. We should set an example for the citizens.
While you perform your duty, I will make a bed of grass and stay here, and I would fast till you accept my request.
No, Bharat. Please don't put me in such a dilemma.
I won't be able to tolerate the pain. Gurudev, please help me.
Dear Bharat, you are the epitome of love towards Ram. But Ram is your master and you are serving him. So please ask Ramachandra what makes him happy and act as per that.
My dear spiritual master, please let me know what I should do.
If an act makes Ram happy, would you not do it?
I could give my life for my brother. Please tell me what I should do.
Ask Ram what makes him happy. Does coming to Ayodhya make him happy? Please ask him and act accordingly.
Dear Master, you have opened my eyes. All this while I was acting according to my desire. Now I see that true devotional service is to make Ram happy, instead of me seeking what I want. You have made me selfless. My dear brother Ram, I was blinded so far with selfish desire. By the mercy of our spiritual master, I'm able to see what needs to be done now. So please tell me, what would make you happy? And I will act accordingly.
As per the promise made by our father, I will stay in the forest for 14 years. Please go back to Ayodhya and become the king. I'm moved by your love towards me, Bharat. I will satisfy your desire of becoming the king of Ayodhya. But after 14 years, after I complete my duty, I will return and take the kingdom from you.
But I'm not qualified to rule the kingdom. I'm young and have no knowledge. How can I rule the kingdom?
Gurudev Vasishta, Arya Sumantra, and the other ministers will help you out. You won't face any difficulties if you do everything as told by Gurudev. Everything will happen with ease.
You are very merciful, brother. I will oblige to your orders. The separation from you for 14 years is the atonement for my sins. But keep in mind, Raghunatha, after 14 years, if you make a day's delay, then I swear you'll find my burning pyre. No, Bharat. I promise you, I would not delay even a single moment after 14 years. Brother, will you give me something that I ask? You can ask for my life, and I will give it to you right now. Please tell me what you want. Please give me your Charan Paduka. But why would you want that, Bharat? Yes, dear Rama. Your kingdom will be with me as your property. Who can sit on the throne when you are not there? I will place your Charan Paduka as your representation on the throne. And I will rule after taking your blessings. Lakshman. Great, Bharat. You are great. May you always be victorious. People will always remember and glorify you for your unparalleled love and devotion towards your brother, Sri Rama. My dear brother, could you please place your feet once?
जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम। अयोध्यापति श्री रामचंद्र की जय जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय जय।
Jai Shri Ram! Jai Shri Ram! Jai Jai Shri Ram! Wasn't that a wonderful and heart-touching skit? All right, now I please request the members of the Theatrics Club to please come on the stage and introduce themselves. Can we have a loud Haribol for them? I hear Ramji. Can the applause continue, please, as they come in? That is all we have? Great. Now, could you please introduce yourselves?
Hare Krishna, this is Manohar and acted as a messenger for Prince Bharat.
Hare Krishna, I am Gitesh. I acted as Guha.
Hare Krishna, this is Sambhavi. I played a role of Mother Sita.
Hare Krishna, my name is Ambujanayana Krishna Das. I wish I could play even 0.1% of Lord Sri Ram.
Hare Krishna, I am Ashwat. I was blessed to play the role of angry young Lakshman.
Hare Krishna everyone. Myself Divij, proud to play the role of Bharat.
Hare Krishna, myself Krishna Kumar. I played the role of Shatrughna.
Hare Krishna, my name is Sanam Dinesh. I played the role of Vashishta Muni.
Hare Krishna, I am Sharmila. I play the role of Mother Kausalya.
Hare Krishna, my name is Sukanya. I played the role of Mother Sumitra.
Hare Krishna, Surya Kala is Mother Kaikeyi.
Hare Krishna everyone, this is Nitin. I was one of the soldiers.
Hare Krishna, this is Vivas Roy. I played the role of a soldier.
Can we have a loud Haribol for all of them, please? Now, just a moment, please. Yeah. There are a few other people whom we would like to thank, without whom this skit wouldn't have been possible. The script was by Naresh Jayakumar. Can we have a loud Haribol for him? And Sandeep Casey. Not me, a different Sandeep Casey. And we have voice over artists. We had Darshan. He has given voices for all the male characters. Can we have a loud Haribol for him? We have Chandrarupa Mataji, Chetana Mataji, Aishwarya Mataji, and Shambhavi Mataji, who have done the voiceover art, who were the voiceover artists. Can we have a loud Haribol for that? The narration was done by Ayyappan. Can we have a loud Haribol for them? And could you please continue the applause as I read the names? Lights by Vasant. Audio visual effects by Sandeep Casey. Props were managed by Manohar Bibas Roy. Costumes managed by Ambuja Nayana Krishna Prabhu. Creative inputs by Niranjan Dev. And last but not the least, this play was brought to you by the Folk Theatrics Club under the guidance of His Grace Sri Vigra Prabhu. Can we hear it for one last time? Siyavar Ramachandra ki! Thank you. ISKCON Bangalore is now geared up for the next upcoming big festival. Can you guess what that is? I didn't hear it. Brahmotsav Mahamahotsav ki! Let's take a quick look at the Brahmotsav celebrations we've had from the yesteryears. Here it is. Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki!
Krishna Mande Jagat
ब्रह्मोत्सव महामहोत्सव की. For your information, I'm going to help you walk through the form, so I request you to please draw those forms and let me walk you through those. For your information, these services are only in the evening, 4 p.m. onwards. And for more details about these services, please contact your folk guide. If you have the form with you, on the top left corner, on the name field, please enter your full name. Lights. Can we have some light on the audience, please? Thank you. Is that good enough? All right, on the name field, please enter your name and folk ID. Please enter your folk ID. In the folk guide field, please enter the name of your folk guide. A simple, if you know the abbreviation, kindly mention that. Else, the name. Please enter your mobile number, followed by the number of rounds that you chant, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please choose the radio button. Under vaccination status, please choose either first dose or second dose radio button. Choose in the sense ticket. If you are a student, please check the box which is left to student. Please enter your college name, the course you're doing and the year that you're in. If you are a working professional, please check the box which says working, enter the company name, and please mention the role or the designation that you are. If you are a businessman, please check the box which says business and please enter the details of your business. Just some basic details. There's a field that says service rendered during previous festivals. So if there is any sort of service you've rendered in the past in any of the festivals, please mention the name of the festival and the service that you've rendered. Now you see a table there which says service related details. You need to choose the date on which you will be available for service. So there are dates ranging from 13th April to 25th April, from Wednesday to the following Monday. Please check against the option which says availability and the accommodation that you would need. If you are only staying for the service, if you are available on, let's say, 13th of April, please check for the availability. And then if you need accommodation that night, please check. You can check, meaning you can put a tick. We request you to take a minute and select as many days and dates that you'd like to render service. Are you all good? Do you need any help? I can walk up, I can help you out. Yeah, because I don't see you doing something on the paper. It's going to be a wonderful experience. If you are checking for one particular day, I request you to double it up. It's going to be wonderful. I've been a part of those festives in the past. I was spellbound. Can we see how many of you have checked for more than 4 days? 4 days of services. 4 days of services. Okay, 1, 2. Pretty good. I'll double check. Once you fill the registration form, kindly place it under your seats, the place where they were. We'll give a few more seconds. I see a lot of people still deciding on the dates. We still see some people filling up the form there. We'll give them a few more seconds and we'll swiftly move on to the next segment. All right, I hope we are done with it. Have we? Great, thank you so much. Moving on to the next segment of this evening. The Supreme Lord says, Bhaktyanam Abhijanati, which means only the devotees of the Lord will know the Supreme Lord. If we want to know the Supreme Lord, then we have to be in the association of His devotees. And keeping in this mind, we have arranged for a special association and to introduce us and to introduce the special guest to all of us, may I request His Grace Vijay Gauranga Prabhu to kindly come on stage and do the introductions. Can we have a loud Hari Bol for His Grace Vijay Gauranga Prabhu?
Thank you, Sandeep. Hare Krishna. Bolo Siyawar Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. Wow, that's a lot of energy here. I love it. Before I invite today's speaker, I would like to tell a few words about him. He completed his BE in mechanical engineering, and he worked in Dover Solution as an R&D. He came in touch through the Krishna Balram Rath Yatra festival. Inspired by Srila Prabhupada and his books, he dedicated his life and joined the International Society for Krishna Consciousness as a full-time missionary and has been serving here for more than a decade. I, without delay, would like to invite His Grace Vanatya Prabhu. Please help me welcome Sri Vanatya Prabhu on stage, please. We are so blessed to have you today with us, and we would like to hear from you and let us know about life lessons from Sri Ramayana.
Hare Krishna. Begin with a small prayer. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So again I welcome all of you all on this auspicious day of Shri Ram Navami. Bolo Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Great, full Josh, crowd is in full Josh. Huh? Yeah, so many times, when we ask, we ask people, what do you learn from Ramayana? What is the main point in Ramayana? So some people say so many aspects, leadership aspect, friendship aspect, like that, so many things they say. But according to Acharyas, the main aspect which we have to learn, or which we have to take inspiration from, is the aspect of surrender, that is Sharanagati. So there is one such great Acharya in the Sri Vaishnava line who says that the main reason for the incarnation of Lord Ram is to show us that just by surrendering to Lord, you need not fear anything. There is no fear of anything. And that's what Ramanujacharya said, that among all the charity in this world, the highest is charity of knowledge. And the second thing is charity of fearlessness. And among both of them, the highest is charity of fearlessness. And that devotee can achieve through the devotion to Lord. And the same thing Lord shows through his various pastimes in Ramayana. Because you see, there are, as we saw, a wonderful play done under the guidance of our Sri Vigraha Prabhu about Bharat Maharaj meeting Lord Ram in Chitrakoot and all those things. Because see, if the purpose of Lord Rama is just to kill Ravana, he can do that immediately. But in between some masala should be there, na? In between some pastime should be there, so that we can read. Otherwise, with this social media and all, some kind of attraction should be there. So that's why Lord came down and performed this wonderful pastime. And this aspect of surrender, you'll not have any fear, Lord displayed throughout this Ramayana in various episodes. Just the first episode is about Balkanda. In Balakanda, the first aspect is about demigods. So when demigods were advised by Lord Brahma, they were advised by Lord Brahma to approach Narayana, Vishnu, so that he can help them, because Ravana was torturing them like anything. You know how they were tortured? They were cutting vegetables in the palace of Ravana. Great, great demigods. They were cutting vegetables. And they used to personally serve Ravana. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, personally they used to come. Second thing is, whenever Ravana used to feel little hot, just like now with this headlight and all, I'm feeling little warm here. So immediately Ravana will say, "Hey, Vayu, blow little wind here." like that he used to torture them. And if he's feeling very cold, he'll immediately call, Surya, come. He used to indicate Surya Bhagwan, come. And what he did is, he made all the Navagrahas, that 9 planets, in that 9 step, laying in the Dandavat's position, to show that no one can control him. So he was torturing them like that. So finally, they had no other option to approach Lord Vishnu. So before they begin to pray, immediately Lord Narayana or Vishnu appeared in front of them. And you know, Lord Narayana has 4 paraphernalia. What is that? Yes, Shankha Chakra, Gada Padma, yes. No, very interesting. You know, now at this time when Lord appeared, he did not come with a lotus flower. He appeared with other 3 things. That is a mace, with Sudarshan Chakra, and with a conch shell. And that hands which was carrying lotus was like this. He said, now you have surrendered, don't fear. I'll take care of you. Because he wanted to indicate, because Padma indicates, or lotus indicates creation. So Lord want to say that enough of creation, now destruction should happen. Ravana should be destructed. So the mace represents destruction of all the demons. The conch represents positive sound vibration. That sound which can create lot of hopes in the heart of the devotees, and that can shatter the hearts of the demons. And Sudarshan Chakra is meant to remove all the evil forces. So the Lord came only with these 3 paraphernalia, indicating that Ravana's time is up. And then he told all those, he told Lord Brahma that I'll be appearing as the son of Dasharatha, and I want all of you to assist me in this mission. What is that mission? He said that you all should appear as monkeys and be ready for that. And he delegated that task to Lord Brahma, and he went off. So Brahma immediately told each devatas, okay, you appear as Sugriva, all those things. And Lord Brahma himself appeared as Jambavan. Jambavan means a source of inspiration. He used to inspire everyone. So in the same way, just like one of our acharyas in our line, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, used to say that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was Krishna himself, who appeared 500 years back, and he also wanted everyone's help, because he came to give 2 things. That is, one is Krishna Prema, and he said that is the topmost. And the second thing is, he wanted to demonstrate how to surrender. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling that he requires hand to distribute this all over the world. And anyone who assists him, they also will get benefited, and they also become fearless. So in the same way, just like how demigods were assisting Lord Narayana in this Rama's pastime, the same opportunity we all have got to assist Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his pastime to reclaim all the souls back to Godhead. And the best ways, the formula given by Prabhupada. One of the best ways, book distribution, which anyone can do at any time. Just like one small example I can tell you. You know, once there was one person, he was a businessman, and he was rushing to airport. He was in a hurry to catch a flight. So when he was rushing, suddenly one of our ISKCON book distributors came, and he showed him this book, Bhagavad Gita. And that person saw this, and he said, see, I'm a businessman, give me something very important. So that devotee said, oh, you're a businessman. This book talks about East Asia. It will be helpful for you expanding in business in East Asia. So that person was also in a hurry. So immediately he took that book, went, got his flight, and when he opened the book, he came to know that he has been cheated. So when he went back to his home, he gave this book. So his wife took that book and kept it in the shelf. So it went on for another 3-4 years. This book was there in the shelf. And when his wife was carrying, that time she was feeling bored. So she said, okay, let me read this book. So she started reading this book. And finally, she became a devotee. Not just that, even her husband became a devotee. And with their whatever business they were doing, they started a center in US. And weekends, they were doing their work from Monday to Friday. And weekends, they used to go try to invite people and try to preach this message. So there was one such person from India, who completed his engineering from NIT. So when he went to US for his work, so he was coming from a Smartha Brahmin background. And so he got in touch with this devotees there, husband, wife. So they invited him, why don't you come for a vegetarian meal to our center? And in US, to get a vegetarian meal is very difficult. So somehow he went, and gradually he started liking those programs. And he took up chanting. And that person today, he is one of a senior devotee of a temple, Stoker Krishna Maharaj. So you just see, Krishna conscious doesn't mean changing dress. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, just somehow try to follow the instruction of the Lord. And you can see miracles. See, those couple who are preaching, husband and wife, today they made a sannyasi. Such a great thing, huh? Not ordinary thing. So anyone can do miracles in Krishna consciousness. Even you can do more than me. Just at this time, around 11 years back, during Ram Navami time, in Melkote, how many of you all know Melkote? Your folk guide would have taken you for one-day trip. Now, correct? Yeah. So if you have not gone, you can please request your folk guide. You can be behind them. So they will definitely take you there. It's a wonderful place. So during this time, there is a festival called as Vairamudi. So it's a big festival. So many people from South India will come there. So I had got an opportunity, to go there and distribute books. So when I went there, so there was one person who came. He was from Kolar. We have a preaching cell in Kolar, so he wanted to help us. So I said, okay, you can help us in packing, because that time with Bhagavad Gita, we used to give one calendar and a CD. I said, okay, you can help us. So seeing us distributing books, he also felt very fired up. He said, Prabhuji, even I want to distribute. So I thought, okay, Josh Pe, let me allow. After some half an hour, he'll only withdraw. This is what I thought. And he started. He was very new, hardly was chanting 2 rounds. And he came all the way from Kolar. So he told, Bani Alla Bani, in Kannada language. And he gave just one dialogue. What was that dialogue was, Sir, Muslim manenali Quran ide. Christian manenali Bible ide. Nam Hindu manenali yake Bhagavad Gita irbadu. What he meant is, in Muslim's house there is Quran. Every Muslim has a Quran. Every Christian has a Bible. So in Hindu house, why can't we have a Bhagavad Gita? Heli sir, yake irbadu. So the crowd, haudu irbeku. So tagoli, pat, he started selling. So finally with me and one more devotee were there. He was selling in such a way that both of us, started packing. We did the job of packing. And only one dialogue. Everyone he'll gather, sir, pitch will be different. Muslim manelali, alla Muslim alli Quran ide sir. Christian manelali Bible ide. Nam Hindu manelali yake irbadu sir Bhagavad Gita heli. Haudu irbeku. Like that, the crowd itself was doing the preaching work. Not just that. So there were some people who were reluctant to buy. So the crowd, in that crowd, they were telling, hey, tagolopa, purchase na. He was telling, illa sir, kaasila. Yeshtu beku, nane kodtini. So what we saw during present day crowdfunding, we say, na, online crowdfunding. That time I saw offline crowdfunding through this person. And I was shocked. This kind of book distributor I never saw till now. In that single night, almost 35,000 worth of books he distributed. Entire Kannada Bhagavad Gita stock went off. And what me and one more devotee were doing, we were just packing. So see, Krishna consciousness is such that anyone can do anyway. It doesn't matter. So the same way, the main point is, Lord, just like he's asking demigods, please assist me. The same way, we can also be part. Just like what Devtas got that opportunity, we are getting that same opportunity because of Prabhupada. And that will please all the Devtas and Krishna himself. Because the Devtas were worried, because Ravana used to torture them so much. Because who was this Ravana? Ravana means one who makes others cry. He used to take pleasure in making others cry. And he had some great siblings. One was Kumbhakarna. Kumbha means pot, ear, and Karna means ear. One who has a gigantic ear. But problem is, in that ear, knowledge which discriminate about right and wrong was not going inside. Only rubbish was going inside. That's why that size which Kumbhakarna had, that's why it indicates that he has filled with rubbish. And then there was Surpanaka, one of sisters, who was internally and externally ugly. And whatever she wanted to do. But there was one brother, Vibhishana. Vibhishana means fearful. Vibhishana was very fearful of not going against the scriptures. That fear Vibhishana had. So under the guidance of his mother, Ravana did on tapasya to please Lord Brahma. So after doing tapasya, he and all his siblings, still Brahma did not appear. So what happened is he started, chopping his 10 heads one by one and offering it in the sacrificial fire. And then finally, when he was about to cut the last head, Brahma appeared and asked, "What do you want?" So we all know what Ravana wanted, eternal life. Brahma said, "Not possible." Then in a very Ravana said, "Okay, I'll ask you for such a boon that I should not be killed by Devtas, sages, Rakshasas, Nagas, Gandharvas." He gave, and Brahma said, "Okay." And Devtas were upset. Already this Ravana is torturing us so much, and this Brahma is making him even more powerful. So when they approached Brahma, Brahma said, "Don't worry." Ravana did not ask for being killed by a human and monkey because he was so arrogant and proud. He thought asking such a boon will diminish his position. So he said that will be the cause of death. And that's why Lord Vishnu told all Devtas, appear as monkey. And then Brahma told, as soon as I heard what Ravana wanted to ask, immediately I told Saraswati to go inside the tongue of Kumbhakarna. So Kumbhakarna wanted Nityatvam, eternity, eternal life. So finally he asked for Nidratvam, unlimited sleep. So he, instead of asking for Indrasana, seat of Indra, he asked for Nidrasana, yes, bed for sleeping. So instead of asking for Nirdevatvam, annihilation of demons, he asked for Nidratvam. Then finally, Brahma immediately said, "Okay, granted." Then Kumbhakarna said, "Can you please take it back?" He said, "Okay, 6 months you'll sleep, 6 months you'll be awake." So that's why whenever Kumbhakarna goes for sleep, and when time has come to wake him up, elephants, soldiers will walk over him. Still no effect. Then they'll shoot arrows, then there will be a slight sensation, then he'll wake up. And as soon as he wakes up, immediately he'll annihilate half of the army. That kind of person Kumbhakarna was. And Brahma was even surprised by Vibhishana. Vibhishana asked for devotion to the Supreme Lord. And he was really surprised. So this way the benediction which was asked by Ravana and his family. So this benediction made Devtas worrying. So that's why they approached the Supreme Lord under the direction of Brahma. And once they approached the Supreme Lord, automatically all their fear was removed. Lord assured them, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." So just like now, we would have heard so many examples of in our Puranas. As these devotees surrendered, they were freed from fear. But, the same thing happened in ISKCON. In one such place, which is dominated by Muslims, where there was one person who became a devotee. He was from Bosnia, that place, where 1992 and 96, there was a war going on. So this person, being born in a Muslim family, he was not interested in all religion and all. So he was having a lot of girlfriends and all those things. Then he went through a breakup and he felt very bad, very dejected. He wanted to commit suicide. He used to go near the seaside, but that dam was not there to go and give up his life. So one day what happened is, there was a book distributor, when Mataji was coming and distributing books, and she gave him 2 books. One is Science of Self-Realization and Rajavidya. So he purchased that book and he said, "Okay, I don't have that much guts. So I'll do one thing, I'll have one more girlfriend." So he saw in the beach, so he said, "Oh, a lot of girls are there." So he said, "Okay, I'll purchase this book, sit in the beach and read, because it's in English, so some of them will get impressed." So when he sat in the beach and started reading book, science of self-realization, lot of transformation happened, and finally he became a devotee. And he became such a devotee in spite of having his family and all. He used to take these books. War was going on, 1992 to 96. In those places, he used to go out and distribute these books. He said, this knowledge made me fearless. And this knowledge convinced him that there is nothing else in this world than this knowledge, which can bring about fearlessness in the heart of people. And that he personally demonstrated through his own life. Imagine a war is going on, just like Ukraine. Immediately war happened, people ran and came off to India. Imagine going there and doing book distribution, distributing books, distributing prasadam. Unheard. See how devotees become fearless? Because of surrendering to the Supreme Lord. So this is about the Balakanda. Next we have this Ayodhya Kanda. So in Ayodhya Kanda, one more place where Lord displayed that you surrender, need not fear, was when Rama had to go 14 years, spend 14 years in forest. He had to spend 14 years in forest. And that time, Lakshman was adamant, I have to come, I want to come with you. He held Ram's feet and he was looking at Mother Sita, indirectly indicating that you cannot directly obtain the grace of Lord Ram. You have to go through his devotees, like Mother Sita. So similarly in Krishna consciousness also, if you want to approach Lord directly, it is very tough. It's always easy when we approach through his devotees. That's why even in our temple, you see, Nitai Gauranga altar is there, Radha Krishna is there, Krishna Balram is there. We always say, first pray to Nitai Gauranga, then Krishna Balram, then Radha Krishna. Before that, you pray to Prabhupada. Then immediately your petition will be taken. It will be submitted. Immediately Lord will accept. Just like what Lakshmana did. He was holding the feet of Lord Rama, but looking at Sita, expecting grace, so that Lord Rama will agree. And immediately Lord Rama agreed. Because his devotees are very, very merciful. Even in Sri Vaishnava, they have a deity of Narayana with Sri Devi and Bhudevi. So whenever a devotee approaches Lord Narayana, please help me, even Narayana will feel, arey, so much gadbad he does, again and again he'll ask the same thing. So that time Sri Devi will say, rejection is not there in your dictionary, please accept him. And then when Narayana will look at Bhudevi, Bhudevi will say, I completely disagree with Sri Devi. Why? Because anyone comes at your lotus feet, over, he's completely purified, so you have to accept him. So that's why we always go through Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. Just like even here, many times some boys will keep on coming for so many years. So they'll come here, they'll take a good nap. So Nityananda Prabhu will say, instead of sleeping somewhere, he's coming and sleeping here, na? No problem, chalta hai. One day he'll become devotee. So they are so merciful. They're ready to just see little bit of devotion, fan it, and make them devotees. They are so merciful. That's why we always go through Radharani. We'll never go approach Lord alone. So the same way, Lakshmana approached Lord Ram through Sita. And finally, when Lord Rama granted it, he was very hesitant, but finally he agreed for it. Then what happened is, Lakshmana went to his mother, took her permission. Sumitra said, you have been born for that. You are born for service. From this day onwards, she says, Lord Rama will be your father, Sita will be your mother, the forest will be Ayodhya. And your only pleasure to ensure that Lord Rama will be happy. That's it. Seeing this kind of blessings, Lord Rama personally went to Sumitra and he said, I will take care of Lakshmana like my own son. So you see, this kind of Lord, you give little bit, immediately is ready to come and, take care of your life. Just like there are two schools of thoughts in Vaishnava, in philosophy. There is one school which tells that if you want to get Lord's grace, it's fully dependent on the Lord. Somehow just go to Lord, Lord will take care. So they give example of a cat carrying her kitten. So you know now how kitten is carried? Like this. Fully. Her mother will just hold and she'll go. Then there is other school of thought who tells it all depends on your sincerity, upon your sadhana. So they give example of a monkey, mother monkey and a baby. The baby monkey will always hold his mother tight, correct? So if he lets loose, he's gone. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, both aspect is not right. He said, You require both of them. Your side, you should take one step, and Lord's grace, both of them are required. So the same thing, Lord also waits. One step you take, immediately he'll be waiting. Whatever way, just take one step. Immediately he'll be waiting to take many steps. You don't know how, but he will take, and he will see a big transformation in your life. You'll see an amazing transformation. You don't know how it will happen. Just like, there is one of our well-wisher in our temple. He regularly donates for Akshay Patra. He's a Madhva Brahmin, and he's a businessman. So he used to travel in many places in Europe and all. So once when he went to Europe, he met one ISKCON devotee, and he was distributing books. And he got a little excited. Even he's coming from a Madhva background. And he asked, how did you become a devotee? So that ISKCON devotee was telling, he's actually a French from France. So he was telling that I was so frustrated with life that I wanted to commit suicide. So I booked a hotel, one room in a hotel, and I went there to give off my life. I was fed up. But what happened is, as soon as he went inside the hotel, there was this book kept. And when he took that book, he read, he told, I finally understood what's the purpose of life. And this one book saved my life. So seeing this, or hearing this inspirational story from that ISKCON devotee, so this Madhva Brahmin, whenever he travels abroad, he'll come to our temple, he'll purchase 1 or 2 Bhagavad Gita. If he's staying in 2 hotels, he'll purchase 2 Bhagavad Gita. And when he's leaving that hotel, he'll keep that Bhagavad Gita and come off, ensuring that this book goes to someone and they become devotee. Some or the other. Because these books are the one which can make people devotees. So in the same way, we should also be part. Take one step. And Lord, we don't know, somewhere or the other, he'll take so many steps. And we should be ready to get that mercy. Just take one step. And you see, miracles will happen. Big, big miracles will happen in one's life. So in the same way, this in Ayodhya Kanda, this very wonderful incident had happened. Then in Kishkinda Kanda, Lord also showed the same thing. When Sugriva surrendered to Lord Rama, Rama agreed to take care of him, protect him. So we all know Sugriva was very much afraid of his brother Vali. And Vali was very powerful. And when Lord Rama entered Kishkinda, it was Hanuman who came down to receive Lord Ram, not Sugriva. And then, after Lord Rama came to know the identity of Hanuman, Hanuman requested, my dear Lord, can you please come up at top of the mountain? Sugriva is waiting for you. So Lord Rama said, why can't Sugriva come down? Then Hanuman said, whole life he has been running around. He's completely exhausted. He cannot do. He requires your mercy. Then finally, Lord Rama agreed to go and meet Sugriva. So this is another important aspect in our life, that how devotees, saintly people, play such an important role. You see, Sugriva was not ready, was fully exhausted. Just like all of us, sometimes we get so much beaten up in this material world through Maya that we get completely exhausted. But somehow, when we are in touch with his devotees, the devotees will somehow or the other bring Krishna to us. That's the special grace of devotees. That's why through all his pastimes, Krishna showed surrenderance is important to come out of fear. But that can happen only through the grace of devotees, Vaishnavas. So when Lord Rama met Sugriva, heard his tale, he agreed to finish off Vali. And that time, Lord Rama noticed one thing. Sugriva, when Ram Lakshman came, Sugriva immediately offered seat to Ram, not to Lakshman. So Ram noted this thing, and what he did is, he said, okay, you go and fight with Vali, bring him to this place. Okay, I'll shoot an arrow from backside and I'll finish him off. Because Lord Rama is a very sensitive leader also. He knows in Lanka, there is only one problematic case, that is Vali, remaining all are devotees. So instead of waging a war, better you bring that culprit here, I'll deal with him separately. But in Lanka, there is only one great soul, that is Vibhishana. Rest all are demons. So he told, so somehow other Vibhishana came to his side and he decided, I'll wage a war. I'll finish off all this unwanted population full of demons. So in that same way, he told Sugriva, you bring Vali and you fight. So Sugriva did the same thing. And this time, Lord Rama did not help him. He just walked away. And somehow or the other, Sugriva escaped and he came and he asked, what's wrong with you? What happened? Why didn't you help me? Then Lord Rama said, actually both of you were looking same, identical. It was very difficult for me. What happens if I shoot an arrow and you only die? You came for me for help. And finally, I end up killing you. Then Sugriva said, yeah, correct. Then he directed Lakshmana. There was a creeper with yellow color flower. He said, take that creeper and garland Sugriva so that it will help me to discriminate between the two brothers. They were identical. So then Lakshmana took that creeper, made it into a garland, and he put it on Sugriva. So while doing this, Sugriva bowed down. So as soon as he bowed down in front of a great devotee like Lakshmana, Lord Rama was ready for the task of finishing it off Vali. And this time, when Vali and Sugriva fought, Lord Rama finished off Vali in one shot. He finished off, and then finally, Acharyas, they were telling this point that why Vali was killed? Because of two things. He could have been a great ally, a great friend. Instead of Sugriva, Ram could have taken help of Vali and finished off Ravana. Because Vali had in fact defeated Ravana. But it would be double standard. Because what happened is, Vali kidnapped this wife of Sugriva and was enjoying. Now if he takes help of Vali, so it will be like a double standard. What example he is setting to the society? And also, these monkeys were all great devatas. They had descended to help Lord Rama in his mission. But Vali, instead of serving Rama, he wanted to take the credit of killing Ravana. So even that was not good. So for this reason, he was shot dead. And that's why this Kishkinda Khan teaches us one thing, that if you surrender, yes, you'll come out of your fear because Lord will be behind you. But for that surrenderance to happen, it is possible only through a devotee. Only through a Vaishnava, that kind of surrenderance is possible. And when we come in touch with the devotees, a devotee will feel a person will feel very peace, very full of ease. In fact, you know, that when Prabhupada was in Australia, one of a Christian minister by name Gordon, he was minister of a well-known church in Australia. So he happened to come and meet Prabhupada, and he had asked one question to Prabhupada. Swamiji, I'm noticing one thing in your people. Your people have a serenity that I'm not noticing in any of the Western people. You know, serenity means that calm, peaceful face. He said, I'm seeing that which I've not noticed in any of these Western people. Then Prabhupada immediately replied, that is because of Krishna consciousness. And serenity is one of the 26 qualities which is possessed by the Lord. And then that Christian minister asked, okay, what are the remaining 25 qualities? So Prabhupada immediately told, Satswarup, can you read out all the 25 qualities from teachings of Lord Chaitanya? And Satswarup read out. And then finally, that minister said, who was a Christian pope, he said, I've also noticed one thing, Swamiji. In your movement, there are a lot of young people. And you are the only religious movement which has been able to attract so many young crowd. What is the secret? Then Prabhupada said, young people are very receptive and have got brains to understand this. So Prabhupada was saying very boldly that how Krishna consciousness, when you are young, it's the right time for us to take it up. Because we don't know when death will come. Anytime gone. Anytime it can come. So we should be ready for it. So youth is the right time. It's a habit for forming age. So instead of forming bad habit, you should cultivate all these things. That's the power. Some or the other, just whatever aspect of Krishna consciousness you like, you just hold on to it. Enough. You see a big change. You'll see a big miracle. Some or the other, they should come in touch with a pure devotee, and that pure devotee will make Lord enter that person's life. And when when Lord enters our life, you can see a big change in your face. Just like you can see, just like when you attend Yoga for Happiness, we click your picture. That picture is there in your card, folk card. And after 1 year, 2 years, when you take up chanting, you see a big difference in your faces. You click that photo and see the difference, how you are now, how you were that time. This is what even our President Madhupanit Prabhu says. When you come in touch initially, you'll see you'll come with a very sad face, big dadi and all. And when you take up chanting and all, you see there will be a big difference. Just like this Pope was telling Prabhupada, this kind of faces I've never seen in entire Western world. I'm able to see only with your disciples. And Prabhupada said it's because of Krishna consciousness. So some or the other, just come in touch, over. You can see a big change, big difference. And finally, in Sundara Kanda, when Hanuman met Sita, Sita told a very confidential story, past time, which even Lakshmana didn't know. She told that once when Lord Rama was resting on her lap, one crow who was nothing but disguised as, he was actually son of Indra. He was coming and trying to touch Sita. So Sita was trying to avoid, but at the same time she was afraid that Lord Rama should not get disturbed. So continuously that crow's beak was hurting Sita and blood was coming out. And then finally when she turned little bit, Lord Rama woke up, and when he saw that Sita was covered with blood, immediately he got upset. He plucked one grass, chanted some mantra, that grass was converted into a Brahmastra weapon, and immediately he launched it on that crow. So the crow went everywhere. But finally when the crow came and fell at the feet of Lord Ram said, okay, done. He pardoned. So Sita was telling Lord Rama is so merciful, because Hanuman wanted some proof that to tell Ram that I have met Sita. And when Hanuman met Mother Sita, he gave the ring which Lord Rama had given. That ring of Lord Rama, contained the holy name of Lord Rama. Rama. Ra means Agni, A means Chandra, Ma means Surya. Because Sita was filled with so much lamentation, being in Ashoka Vatika, Hanuman said, you take this ring, it contains the holy name of Ram. Because whenever, this lamentation is compared to a heat, this holy name of Ram is compared to the cooling effect of moon. Whenever there is darkness because of lamentation, this holy name of Rama is compared to, brightness of sun. So just like even our life became so bright, as soon as we took up the holy name chanting, that today many of us are chanting 8 rounds, 16 rounds. Why? Because they were able to see a big impact in their life, big change in their life. So many of us came for so many reasons. But when we took up chanting, there was a big difference. Just like once in France, there was a conference by doctors. So one of the book distributor approached one doctor. So he was from Burma. So he approached with one book and Bhagavad Gita only. And when he showed that book to that doctor said, see, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a follower of Buddhism. Does it contain anything of Buddhism? So ISKCON devotees are very intelligent. So immediately he took up the page which has Dasha Avatara. And he said, see, Lord Buddha is there. So it has about Buddhism also, you take. So that person took that book. So when he went back to his room, he saw it doesn't contain anything about Buddhism. So next day he took that book and gifted to his Hindu friend. So his Hindu friend was also living in Burma. So when Hindu friend started reading book, he was a very staunch Hindu follower of some other organization. So he thought, okay, this book is full of bhakti. I think it's not meant for me. So he went and kept it in his house, in his room. But this Hindu doctor staying in Burma had a son. And this son wanted to learn English. So he was looking in his house, is there any English book? Then finally, from his father's shelf, he saw this book, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Then he said, okay, I will read this book so that I can improve my English. I'll take the help of dictionary. And finally, when her son started reading this book, by the time he came to the 6th chapter, he became a devotee. And today, that son is Srivas Pandit Prabhu. And he's in charge, he is a family man, and is in charge of preaching of the entire Burma country. So he was instrumental in opening many temples there. So you just see how this book, somehow or the other you come in touch. So just like why I'm telling, just like Lord was begging demigods to please help him in this mission, so we should also take part in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Because when Hanuman left Ashok Vatika, Sita had given him 6 benediction. So she gave him 5 benediction, like you'll remain always calm, you'll have complete strength, you'll have all the virtues, you'll have immortality, then you'll have eternity. Hanuman kept quiet. But as soon as she told the 6th boon, Hanuman started speaking. Then Sita was surprised. What happened? He said, this 6th boon is what I was looking for. Then that 6th boon is nothing but, Sita said, that Lord Rama will start loving you. And he said, that's what I wanted. And as soon as Hanuman went back to, place from Lanka to place where Lord Rama was there, immediately as soon as Lord Rama saw him, he embraced Hanuman. And as soon as Hanuman was embraced by Lord Ram, immediately he was grateful to Sita. Because of her boon, today Lord Rama has given that love for me. So similarly, when we take part, some or the other, little bit, just like once in a month, you get one boy, Krishna will make a note of it. Some or the other, we make a note. So just like Hanuman, Hanuman, such a great devotee, was embraced by Lord Ram. End of the life, Prabhupada says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna will personally come and embrace us. Then you'll feel grateful to what Prabhupada has given us. So we have to some or the other, 1 month, get one boy. If not, at least like that Madhva Brahmin, go and keep one book. At least go and gift one book. This how we can spread. This how people can become devotee. Today we say Islamic is a fastest spreading religion. Why? You know what happened once when I was traveling to Mathura in train, I met a group of Islamic scholars. And I was just interacting with them. And they were telling me that what and all they practice and all. Then I asked them, how come did you come to, what was the purpose of visit to Bangalore? Because they were all from Lucknow. They said that in a Quran, they said there is an instruction. Every year, few days they have to spend for preaching this message of Quran. At least reach out this message to 5 people. So that's why these people, they do that. Some in a year, few days they go out and reach out this message, meet new people and try to preach this message. Then I asked him, but why Bangalore? Lucknow only you can do, na? Then he said, actually in South, people are very receptive. People are very eager to know about all these things. That's why all the way we come to Bangalore and we do this. So just see, Islam, it's fastest growing religion because of that. So today imagine if each one of you make at least 5 people. And those 5 people, can inspire others. This movement will spread. And this is how even Lord becomes very pleased and even he will embrace us. Like what embrace Hanuman got, same thing we will get. So being part of Kali Yuga, being born in Kali Yuga, we should know that we have done so many leelas. Worst leelas, that's why we have been taken birth in this Kali Yuga. But in Kali Yuga, because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, we also are fortunate enough to get the same thing what Hanuman got, provided we surrender. Surrender is possible only through his devotees. That's why Ramanujacharya says there are 5 very important things in Ramayana. The first thing he says that Lord Rama is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Second thing he says, what is surrender? You will come to know what is surrender. Third thing he says that the fruit of surrender is service. Best example is this drama which we did, Bharat Maharaj. You see, Bharat Maharaj, he had to go through so many things. And most of the citizens in Ayodhya were upset with Bharat Maharaj. They were thinking that he is part of that conspiracy to remove Ram from this place. So in spite of all these things, still Bharat Maharaj continued serving Lord Ram. So that's why Ramanujacharya said, fruit of surrender is service. Whatever it is, we should still render service to the Lord. And then he says that this surrenderance is possible only through Vaishnava. Only a devotee will tell you, especially devotees who are very merciful. Just like you see, Lord Ram, appearance day of Lord Rama, we have to fast till 6:30. You can break your fast. Till 6:30 we have to fast. When Lord Krishna appeared, we have to fast the entire day. But when appearance day of Nityananda Prabhu, we have to fast only till 12 o'clock. Very merciful. When appearance day of Radharani, we have to fast only till 12 o'clock. Very, very merciful. Because they know what Kali Yuga is made of. Huh? So when we go through devotee, our path becomes very easy. So the primary message is Sharanagati. So once we take Sharanagati, surrender to Lord, we'll come out of fear. And that is possible through Vaishnavas. Sangha, Vaishnava Sangha. So through Vaishnava Sangha, it becomes very easy. Because this material world is compared to a quicksand. So in quicksand, how much ever we struggle, it's very difficult to come out of it. So only someone who is there in the stable ground, who throws out a rope, by holding that rope, we will be pulled out of that quicksand. So that stable person who is on the ground represents the Supreme Lord. And that rope represents this Vaishnava, Sadhu Sangha. So coming together, eating prasadam, dancing together, laughing together. When we come that, automatically the Krishna Bhakti will also come out. Immediately we'll start develop attraction to Krishna. We may not have any attraction initially, but being with devotees who are attracted to Krishna, immediately we also become devotees. That is a power. So this surrenderance is possible, and coming out of fearlessness is possible only through Sadhu Sangha. And we are very fortunate to come in touch with Prabhupada, whatever way we have come. So let's use this life, whatever you may be, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Let's use this life to please the Lord, so that end of the life, Lord will be waiting to embrace all of us. And we should be eagerly waiting for that opportunity. That's the success of life. That's the real success of life. Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. So with this I'll end. So next they'll tell us about the next program. So thank you everyone. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your valuable association. Can we have a huge round of applause and a loud Hari Bol for Prabhu? I'd like to thank His Grace Vainateya Prabhu on behalf of all the folks for his valuable association. I'm sure all of us are charged to render more service and to chant the holy name. Are we? All right. Moving on to the next, there's an important announcement to make. Would you like to know about a home away from home which has a conducive environment, where you can find all the necessary amenities under one roof, and also is a spiritually charged atmosphere? Would you like to know about it? All right, so let's take a look.
I have often heard people say, peace comes from within. When Abhi first stepped into the chaos of the big city, he questioned who would so empathetically provide him the supportive environment to look within. Now, he seamlessly guides others. Somewhere down the lane, folk residency became home and roommates became family. Where else would you receive such love and brotherhood? Raghu cooks tasty snacks almost every other day to accompany the nutritious food we get from the temple. We all eat together too. He is also our constant reminder of the discipline of cleanliness. Hari transferred recently from one of our other residencies in the city. He didn't even have to move his deposit money, and says that he knows he will never feel lonely here. How can he, when Atul's mridangam beats and Hari's guitar strings spread endless joy all around the place every evening, and the like-minded community's constant support helps one strive towards self-improvement. We also receive guidance and counseling from a spiritual guide when needed. Along with practicing spirituality, yoga, bhakti and other disciplines together, In our community, each one encourages the other's journey in the path of self-discipline and self-actualization. When surrounded by people you can call your own, how are you ever far away from home?
Well, the video speaks for itself. Folk residencies are spread across multiple locations in Bangalore, and to know more about them, kindly inquire your folk guide. And folk residencies do give you a congenial atmosphere to achieve work-life balance, have a supportive and stress-free atmosphere with some amazing, delicious sattvic food. So for further information about folk residencies, I request you to kindly contact your folk guide. Moving on to the next segment of this evening, there's yet another way to glorify the Lord, and to do this, may I request His Grace, Sri Vigraha Prabhu, to please come on the stage and guide us in this process. Can we have a loud Hari Bol for him?
Hare Krishna. So today is the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra, and we are in the temple. So why to miss the opportunity of glorifying Lord Ramachandra by chanting his 108 auspicious holy names? Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. Actually today in our temple, how many of you had darshan? Darshan. If you have not had, please go to the main temple hall, have darshan. Today their lordships, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, are adorned in a special Rama Lakshmana Alankara. So this is a very special opportunity to go and have darshan. And also the Utsava deities of Shri Shri Radha Krishna Chandra are adorned in Sita Rama Pattabhisheka Alankara. So how many of you had darshan of that? I think none of you had darshan because we are all here since the beginning of the event. So immediately after this, all of us can have darshan of their lordships. So please do not miss. So before that, let us glorify their lordships by chanting the 108 auspicious holy names of Lord Ramachandra. I request the volunteers to please distribute the tulasi leaves to all the devotees. It is mentioned in the Valmiki Ramayana. This is very interesting. The Lord says, anyone who comes to me and says, from this day on, I am yours. If he says that, then the Lord says, for such a person, I take it upon myself as my duty to give him all protection. So the Lord says, if you just have to come to me and say, from today I am yours, my dear Lord Rama, I belong to you. You just have to say that. And the Lord immediately takes charge of our life, and He is ready to give us all kinds of protection. So how many of you want this kind of protection from Lord Ramachandra himself? I think some people are fasting, they are not able to lift their hand also. They are very tired. Is it? How many of you want protection of Lord Ramachandra? Okay. So now what we'll do is, we will chant 108 names of the Lord. And with each name, you have to have this bhavana. You have to have this feeling. My dear Lord Ramachandra, I am yours. I belong to you. Right? So all of you will be getting 2 leaf cups, one empty one and one leaf cup which has the tulasi leaves in it. You have to, did everyone receive? Hare Krishna. How many of you have not received? Can you put up your hand so that our volunteers can reach out to you? How many of you have not received the tulasi leaf cups? Put up your hand. Okay. You all have a pad, right? Writing pad. Please take it out. Under your chair, it is there. Take it out. Place it on your thighs. Place it on your thighs. The leaf cup which has the tulasi leaves in it, keep it on your left hand side. Keep it on your left hand side. The leaf cup which has the tulasi leaves in it, keep it on your left hand side. The empty leaf cup, keep it on your right hand side. How many of you have done this? Wonderful. Okay. So with each name, we are going to say Swaha. That time, you have to take one leaf from the left hand side Dona and place it in the right hand side Dona. Is that clear? So that we are going to offer 108 tulasi leaves. And while we are chanting and offering these leaves to the Lord, tulasi leaves to the Lord, what should be our mood? Our mood should be, my dear Lord Ramachandra, I belong to you. Please take charge of me. Right? So with this mood, with this intention, let us offer. Are we all ready? Set? Okay, first we will offer prayers to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Om Shri Ramaya Swaha Om Shri Ramabhadraya Swaha Om Shri Ramachandraya Swaha Om Shri Shashvataya Swaha Om Shri Rajivalocanaya Swaha Om Shri Srimate Swaha Om Shri Rajendraya Swaha Om Shri Raghupungavaya Swaha Om Shri Janaki Vallabhaya Swaha Om Shri Jaitraya Swaha Om Shri Jitamitraya Swaha Om Shri Janardanaya Swaha Om Shri Vishwamitra Priyaya Swaha Om Shri Dantaya Swaha Om Shri Sharanatrana Tatparaya Swaha Om Shri Vali Pramathanaya Swaha Om Shri Vagmine Swaha ओम श्री सत्यवाचे स्वाहा। ओम श्री सत्यविक्रमाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सत्यव्रताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री व्रतधराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सदा हनुमदाश्रिताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री कौसलेयाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री खरध्वंसिने स्वाहा। ओम श्री विराधवध पंडिताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री विभीषण परित्रात्रे स्वाहा। ओम श्री हरकोदंड खंडनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सप्तताल प्रभेत्रे स्वाहा। ओम श्री दशग्रीव शिरोहराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जामदग्न्य महादर्पदलनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री ताटकांतकाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री वेदांत साराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री वेदात्मने स्वाहा। ओम श्री भवरोगस्य भेषजाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री दूषण त्रिशिरोहंत्रे स्वाहा। ओम श्री त्रिमूर्तये स्वाहा। ओम श्री त्रिगुणात्मकाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री त्रिविक्रमाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री त्रिलोकात्मने स्वाहा। ओम श्री पुण्यचारित्र कीर्तनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री त्रिलोक रक्षकाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री धन्विने स्वाहा। ओम श्री दंडकारण्यकर्तनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री अहल्या शापशमनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री पितृभक्ताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री वरप्रदाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जितेन्द्रियाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जितक्रोधाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जितमित्राय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जगद्गुरवे स्वाहा। ओम श्री रुक्षवानर संघातिने स्वाहा। ओम श्री चित्रकूट समाश्रयाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री जयंत त्राणवरदाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सुमित्रा पुत्र सेविताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वदेवादिदेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री मृतवानर जीविताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री माया मारीच हंत्रे स्वाहा। ओम श्री महादेवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री महाभुजाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वदेवस्तुताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सौम्याय स्वाहा। ओम श्री ब्रह्मण्याय स्वाहा। ओम श्री मुनि संस्तुताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री महायोगिने स्वाहा। ओम श्री महोदाराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सुग्रीवेप्सितराज्यदाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वपुण्याधिकफलाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री स्मृतसर्वाघनाशनाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री आदिपुरुषाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री परमपुरुषाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री महापुरुषाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री पुण्योदयाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री दयासाराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री पुराण पुरुषोत्तमाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री स्मितवक्त्राय स्वाहा। ओम श्री मितभाषिणे स्वाहा। ओम श्री पूर्वभाषिणे स्वाहा। ओम श्री राघवाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री अनंत गुणगंभीराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री धीरोदात्त गुणोत्तमाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री माया मानुष चारित्राय स्वाहा। ओम श्री महादेवादिपूजिताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सेतुकृते स्वाहा। ओम श्री जितवाराशये स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वतीर्थमयाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री हरये स्वाहा। ओम श्री श्यामांगाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सुंदराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री शूराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री पीतवाससे स्वाहा। ओम श्री धनुर्धराय स्वाहा। ओम श्री सर्वयज्ञाधिपाय स्वाहा। ओम श्री यज्विने स्वाहा। ओम श्री जरामरणवर्जिताय स्वाहा। ओम श्री विभीषण प्रतिष्ठात्रे स्वाहा। Om Shri Sarvapa Gunavarjitaya Swaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Swaha. Om Shri Parabrahmane Swaha. Om Shri Satchidananda Vigrahaya Swaha. Om Shri Paranjyotishe Swaha. Om Shri Parandhamne Swaha. Om Shri Parakashaya Swaha. Om Shri Paratparaya Swaha. Om Shri Pareshaya Swaha. Om Shri Paragaya Swaha. Om Shri Paraya Swaha. Om Shri Sarvadevatmakaya Swaha. Om Shri Parasmai Swaha. Now we shall chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra together 16 times. Together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Shri Bhakta Hanuman ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So we pray to their lordships, Shri Sita Ramachandra, to keep us all under their shelter, their protection and care, and may all of us make rapid spiritual advancement by the blessings of their lordships. So now we have a couple of announcements, and post that, before we exit this venue, I request all of you to please come over to the stage, and you can see on either side their lordships Shri Krishna Balaram being adorned as Shri Rama Lakshmana, that is today's Alankara. We will be offering the Tulasi leaves that we have just now chanted with. to the lotus feet of Shri Ram and Lakshman. So that will be the last thing that we are going to do before we exit the venue. So over to Sandeep for further announcements. Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai.
Can we have a loud Hari Bol for His Grace Sri Vigra Prabhu for helping us offer prayers. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Now, there's a quick announcement. Folk Bangalore is conducting a trip to Puri Jagannath Temple. We're going to witness the grand annual Rath Yatra, where the lordships will be put into the chariots, and lakhs of devotees will be pulling those chariots, and it's a magnificent sight, and creates a lot of bliss in us. So let's take a quick look at it. जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जगन्नाथ बलभद्र सुभद्रा माई की Jagannath Balabhadra Subhadra Mai ki. There's a small correction. The dates will be announced very soon. Folk Bangalore, it's going to be a 3-day trip to Puri Jagannath temple. So who would like to join me for this car festival? That's it. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to the most interesting segment of any event, which is what? Love Feast. Love Feast ki! All right, so let me read. What could be better than Love Feast, isn't it? So let me read the menu, and every item that I read out, I request you to, just say Jai Shri Ram. Let's see that. Masala puri. It was low. Masala puri. Pudina pulav. Cucumber raita. Mixed vegetable sabji with paneer. Kosambari. Jalebi. Last but not the least, Panakam. All right, thank you so much. I request you all to please proceed, not right now. I have a few more announcements to make. Please proceed to English Lecture Hall where the love feast is being served. Now, I request you all, while you exit, please carry the pads and pencils under your chairs and deposit at the exit. 1. Please submit the Brahmotsava registration forms to the volunteers at the exit. And those who have the attendance slips, you must have been given some attendance slips when you were getting into the MVT. So those who have the attendance slips, please submit those and collect your Love Feast coupons at the exit. Yeah, before you go there, please ensure that you offer Tulsi on the tables here. Those who don't have the slips, please contact your folk guides. The venue for today's Love Feast is English Lecture Hall for both folk and folk plus. Now, may I please request all the folks to kindly be seated and let Matajis step out first. Offer Tulsi leaves first and let the Matajis step out first. And everyone will not rush. My name is Sandeep Chetri and it has been a pleasure hosting you all this evening. This is your MC signing off.
So let's give a loud Haribol to Sandeep Chetri, today's MC, who has made this evening very memorable and a very blissful evening. And he has come all the way from Hyderabad just to host our event. So give a loud Haribol. Haribol. Thank you so much. So I request not to rush, but to come in a single line. Can we have a single line here? Can some of the folk members help us make a single line? Just now we talked about Lord Ramachandra, his principles, and now it's the time for us to follow those principles, isn't it? So as devotees of Lord Rama, we should all be principled, right? So I request all of you to please come in a single line. Please do not keep the donas. You just have to empty the tulasi leaves and carry the donas with you. I'm sorry for that. So can someone help me do that quickly? Please do not keep the donas.